Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa mawla amma ba'd. Alhamdulillah, we continue with our durus from the book Durus al-Muhimma li'amat al-Ummah by Sheikh Abdul Aziz ibn Baz. Alhamdulillah, for those reading from the English, we've reached page 296. And we'll take inshallah ta'ala the Islamic etiquette with the parents. Islamic etiquette with the parents. Now, let me send brother said you need the link. You know. I'll send this link to someone else. Alright, play it. So the Shaykh says, Rahimahullah Ta'ala, Shaykh Abdul Aziz Murabaz, he says, وَمَعَ الْوَالِدَيْنِ وَمَعَ الْوَالِدَيْنِ. So follow the Islamic etiquette with the parents. Shaykh has followed the Islamic etiquette with the parents, and he mentions, وَالْوَالِدَانِ هُمَا أَحَقُّ النَّاسِ بِحُسْنِ الْأَدَبِ كما جاء في الحديث أن رجلا سأل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من أحق الناس بحسن صحابتي قال أمك قال ثم من قال ثم أمك قال ثم من قال ثم أمك قال ثم من قال ثم أبوك. وفي الحديث الآخر قال بر أمك وأباك وأختك وأخاك ثم أدناك أدناك. He says, the Shaykh says, follow the Islamic etiquette with the parents. The parents are from the most important people to treat with good manners, as it comes in the hadith. That a man came to the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, and he said, who among the people is most deserving of my fine treatment? The Messenger alayhi salam, he said, your mother. The man said, then who? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, again, it is your mother. The man said, then who? The Prophet said, again, it is your mother. The man again said, then who? Thereupon the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, then it is your father. Then it is your father. Within this, ya ikhwan, also, it's a refutation against those who say that the Salafis call to the separation of one's parents. Now, they say that the Salafis that they call to disobeying one's parents if they are kafir. We say, la, this hadith is for whether your parents is Muslim or kafir. As we have the hadith, قالت أسماء بنت أبي بكر, and this isn't in the book, this is a side note. She said to the Messenger alayhi salam, or she said, جاءتني أمي. She said, my mother came to me, right? This is Asma bint Abi Bakr. I'm the daughter of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. He said, my mother came to me, and she's a mushrika, right? She's a polytheist from the women. فسألت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أسيلها. Should I be kind to her? Should I be dutiful to her? And the Prophet alayhi salam, he said, Na'am. So this is our aqeedah, alhamdulillah. This is our belief that whether one's parents are Muslim or non-Muslim, then it is our duty to be what? Kind. And this is a Salafi Sheikh. He made this in his book. Alhamdulillah, Sheikh Anwar refuted the individual. I believe his name Rashad Abdul Rahman. Also, Shadid Muhammad also came with this kalam, right? That the Islamic leadership called us to cut ties with our non-Muslim family members. And we'll see the Sheikh, he says, well, aqarib. Afterwards, he'll say, and also being kind to one's relatives. So I hold this is whether one's relatives are what? Muslim or non-Muslim. Whether one's parents are Muslim or non-Muslim. So this is no doubt, ikhwan, this is kadhib, this is a lie. And no Salafi in the dunya says that if your mother or father is a disbeliever, that you disrespect them. Now, the Prophet alayhi salam, when he was asked, this statement is general, your mother. She deserving of your fine treatment. Your mother, your mother, your mother, and then your father. And then your father. Is this clear, Ikhwan? Inshallah ta'ala. Trying to find his statement that this guy made. Alhamdulillah refuted it. Inshallah ta'ala, we'll play it later on, inshallah ta'ala, where he basically said that the Salafis, yani, that they spread kalam saying, yani, that one should not be kind to their parents or like this, or their parents are disbelievers and the likes, and they shouldn't be kind to them. Then we say, la, this is kadhib, this is a lie, and it isn't true. As we see in this book, this book has been taught by many Salafis, right? So how could you didn't come and say, well, the Salafis hold the position that one shouldn't be kind to their parents because they're disbelievers? No, this book is authored by a Salafi scholar and it's taught by Salafi Tullab ilm. So it's a refutation in itself. Alhamdulillah, this book has been taught. So alhamdulillah, he says, rahimahullah ta'ala, and also yani, the one explaining it is a Salafi. He says, kindness to your mother, he said, in another hadith, he said, alayhi salam, kindness to your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, and then those next in line. And thus, the parents are the most deserving of kind treatment. He says, فَهُمَا أَحَقُّ النَّاسِ بِالْآدَابِ وَحُسْنِ الْمُعَامَلَةِ. That they are the most deserving of kind treatment. For this reason, Imam al-Bukhari, he made kindness to the parents the first chapter in his book, Al-Adab al-Mufrad. Naam, Adab al-Mufrad. Al-Adab al-Mufrad by Imam al-Bukhari. Naam, the first chapter of his book in Adab al-Mufrad is what? Kindness to the parents. And this is who? Al-Bukhari. He said he did this to bring attention to the parents. Al-Bukhari, he mentions, did this to bring attention to the parents being the most deserving of kind treatment and good manners. It is sufficient as proof of the great rights that Allah has mentioned their rights with His in more than one place in the Quran. In more than one place in the Quran. في غير موضع من كتابه قال الله عز وجل وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا. Allah Azza wa Jalla mentions in the Quran, your Lord has decreed that you worship none but Him and that you be dutiful to your parents. We say again, whether they're Muslim or not Muslim. Nah. If one of them or both of them attain old age in your lifetime, say not to them a word of disrespect, nor shout at them, but address them in terms of honor, and lower unto them the wing of submission and humility through mercy, and say, my Lord, bestow on them your mercy as they did bring me up when I was small. He says, أي أحسن إليهما بجميع وجوه الإحسان القولية والفعلية. So you must treat them with kindness in every aspect, in your statements and actions, because they are the reason for the person being here. And they have gave him a good upbringing and a great deal of good. نعم لأنهم سبب وجود العبد. They are the reason for the abd يعني being here, as the Shaykh mentions. And also you have another يعني narration that and it comes from Al-Adab al-Mufrad. Al-Adab al-Mufrad al-Bukhari, which shows the relationship of Abu Hurairah anhu and his mother. I have it right here, بس دقيقة. نعم. So it says يعني from Abu Hazm, Abu Marra, نعم مولى أم هاني ابنة أبي طالب أخبره أنه ركب مع أبي هريرة إلى أرضه بالعقيق فإذا دخل أرضه صاح بأعلى صوته. So it says Abu Hazm, Abu Marra, the feast day of Hani bint Abi Talib, informed him that he rode with Abu Hurairah to his land at Al-Aqiq. And when he entered his land, he will call out in the loudest voice, peace be upon you and the mercy of Allah and His blessings, O my mother. Now this is Abu Hurairah to his mother. And she will reply and she will say, what? Upon you be peace and the mercy of Allah and His blessings. And he would then say, radiyallahu anhu, may Allah have mercy on you, for you raised me when I was small. And she will reply, and my son, may Allah reward you with goodness and be pleased with you, just as you have been dutiful to me when I am old. And this is the relationship that we see from the Salaf. No one can say, all right, Tayyib, now the Salaf is this. No, alhamdulillah, these are our Salaf, Abu Hurairah, and other than him. This is our position as it relates to our parents. As you know, Abu Hurairah's mother wasn't Muslim at one time. You know, the qissa. She was from those who used to have bad speech towards the Messenger alayhi salam, which caused Abu Hurairah to become sad, right? He went to the Prophet alayhi salam complaining. And we know the story, alhamdulillah. The Prophet made dua for her. Abu Hurairah went back home and he heard his mom, making wudu with the lights, right? And when he opened the door, she what? He saw that she had accepted Islam. Now, we know the story, alhamdulillah, is ma'roof. Qissa ma'roof, alhamdulillah. Well, this just shows the good character between a child and their parents. Abu Hurairah would enter the land, he would call out to his mother, he would say, "Oh my mother, oh peace be upon you, give her the salams." And she would say, "Wa alaykum salam." She would return him, and he would say, "May Allah have mercy on you. For you raised me when I was small." And she would say the same, "May my son, may Allah reward you. Ya bunayya, wa anta fajazakallahu khayra, wa radiya ank." She said, "May Allah be pleased with you, ikhwan." And this is what we want for our parents to make dua for, because the dua of the parents is alim. As I mentioned, the dua of the parent isn't rejected. Okay, the dua of the parent is something that should not be taken light. She would say, "My son, and may Allah reward you with goodness and be pleased with you, just as you have been dutiful to me when I am old." That's found in Adab al-Mufrad by Imam al-Bukhari, rahimahullah ta'ala. And then the Sheikh, he says, and with one's relatives. So, right, following Islamic etiquette is not only with one's parents, but also with one's relatives. Let's go back to the hadith where the Messenger alayhi he said, and those next in line, meaning the aqarib. Meaning those next in line of kin. Those next in line of kin. He says, كما في الحديث المتقدم ثم أتناك فأتناك فيحرص مسلم على التعامل معهم بالآداب الكريمة. This was mentioned in the previous hadith. Then those next in line. Therefore, the Muslim is diligent in interacting with them upon noble manners, and he is concerned with giving them their rights and keeping ties with them, and he is far away from interacting with them with evil manners. With evil manners. And this is the aqarib, ya ikhwan. One's uncles, aunts, cousins, and the likes. Now, so no one says abandon your siblings or abandon your cousins or abandon your uncles because they're not Muslim. Nah. If we just take the side of the Messenger alayhi salam, we saw how he treated his uncle, Abu Talib. Called him to Islam, alhamdulillah, he was from his close relatives. So we said if anyone was to say this, then we would say that he is opposing the sunnah of the Messenger alayhi salam, as we did not find this for the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and he is our example. لَقَدْ كَانَ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, verily, Muhammad, you have the best of examples to follow. So no one can say, leave off here, don't talk to your mom because she's a kafir. No, this is a khata. We don't find this from the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. We also see the story of Ibrahim when he was talking to his father, "Oh my father, Ya abati la ta'bud ash-shaytan." "Oh my father, do not obey the shaitan. Inna ash-shaytana kana lir-rahmani 'asiyya." He was talking to him in this usloob, which is a gentle usloob. "Ya abati, ya abati, ya abati, inni qad ja'ani min al-'ilmi ma lam yatik." "Oh my father, knowledge has come to me that has not come to you. فَاتَّبِعْنِي أَهْدِكَ صِرَاطًا سَوِيًّا." Like this is how you can see that's from that story. And his dad was from those that worship idols. Father said, "Get away from me before I have you stoned." قال السلام عليك. After that, what do you say? Say assalamu alaikum. And then he said, "I'm going to ask Allah to forgive you." I'm going to ask Allah to forgive you. And you know what? That Allah prohibited Ibrahim from seeking forgiveness from his father because he was what? Mushrik. You also see from the dua of Noah, where he says, رَبِّ اغْفِرْ لِي وَلِوَالِدَيَّ وَلِمَنْ دَخَلَ بَيْتِي ومن دخل بيتي مؤمنا وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات. "Oh Allah, رب اغفر لي ولوالدي." "Oh Allah, forgive me and my parents." The ulama take from this, they say that what? Shaykh al-Uthaymeen says, from this we see that the parents of Noah were from amongst the believers. Because had it not been that, Allah would have what? Huh? Hey, now he would have told him that it's not befitting because your parents, like he did with Ibrahim, the Prophet alayhi salam, and they were better than Noah. Noah from the ulul azm, from the strong world prophets. But we know there's levels. تلك الرسل فضلنا بعضكم على بعض. Allah Azza wa Jalla says He favors some prophets over others. The best one of them, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then Ibrahim, and then like this. The ulama take from the Shaykh Uthaymeen said that we see from this that the parents of Noah were from the believers. رَبِّ اغْفِرْ لِي وَلِوَالِدَيَّ. Now they were. He made dua for them, and we don't have anything that says that Allah Azza wa Jalla rebuked them. Wallahu a'lam. So this is the sunnah now to make dua. Sunnah, and it's sunnah of old in the sunnah of Prophet alayhi salam, being kind to one's parents. That's we found with Isa also. وَبَرٌّ بِوَالِدَتِي وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْنِي جَبَّارًا شَقِيًّا. He said, Allah made me those who are dutiful to my mother. He did not make me from amongst the arrogant. وَبَرٌّ بِوَالِدَتِي وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْني جَبَّارًا شَقِيًّا. وَالِدَتِي. Shaykhuna Shaykh Ali Nasser mentioned this benefit. And I knew the ayah before this, but the benefit I never looked at though. He said that Isa said, وَالِدَتِي. And Allah made me dutiful to my mother because what? He didn't have a father. He didn't say, oh Allah, he didn't say he made me dutiful to my parents. He made me dutiful to my mother. Nah, because he was born without a father. He was born without a father. Isa, alayhi salatu wassalam. No, so one's just kind to one's parents, relatives, like we found from the Prophet, alayhi salatu wassalam, Abu Talib, from his brother. We found this with him. Also with one's aunt. She is like one's mother. The khala is like your That the status, and it comes to the hadith, the status of your aunt is like the status of your mother. كما قال عليه السلام, your mother, أي خالة, أيوه.
What status is the grandmother, grandmother fall under? Mother?
What you mean, like? What you mean, like the status? I mean, they got rights. The status now. If that's the status of the aunt, then of course I need the grandmother, who was the reason for the existence of the mother.
No.
So All right, طيب. Let's just do the last one. Being kind to one's neighbors. Now, being kind to one's neighbors. He says from the etiquette of Islam is have good manners with the neighbor, to show concern for giving them their rights and to avoid harming them, and to avoid harming one's neighbor. He says to show concern for giving them their rights and to avoid harming them, so the person may pay special attention to showing them kindness in his statements and actions. The Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, Jibril impressed upon me the kind treatment towards the neighbors. ما زال جبريل يوصيني بالجار حتى ظننت أنه سيورثه. Towards the neighbor so much I thought that he would what? Soon confer upon him the right of inheritance. So Jibril impressed upon me the kind treatment towards the neighbor so much, when he advised him so much of being kind to the neighbor, so much that I thought he would soon confer upon him the right of the inheritance, meaning that the neighbor would inherit from me, meaning from one's inheritance, right? And you will see when you study inheritance, who inherits, the wife inherits from you, from your wealth, the children, the grandmother, like this. But the Prophet ﷺ said that what? He thought Jibril would soon come to him and say, due to him being so diligent and showing the extreme importance of being kind to his neighbor, I thought he was going to come and tell me that they will what? Be from amongst those who inherit from me. Showing you what? The importance. Showing you the importance of being kind to one's neighbor. And we'll just finish up this one point. The Sheikh says, and with also being kind and also from Islamic etiquettes is what? Having good manners with the kibar and the sigar, with the elders and youth. Everyone is given the appropriate rights. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, لَيْسَ مِنَّا مَنْ لَمْ يَرْحَمْ صِغِيرَنَا وَيُؤَكِّرْ كَبِيرَنَا. نعم وَيُؤَكِّرْ كَبِيرَنَا. He is not from amongst us those who does not have mercy on our young and does not respect our elders. I have those who say, I'm from the elders, do this, I'm from the elders. What? Let's have mercy also on the youth too. Alhamdulillah, if you have rights, but the elders, you shouldn't disrespect the young. Because they're younger than you. The Prophet say, have mercy upon the young. I didn't know Prophet he was from the humblest of the creation. That's why you find that when he would enter the room, as I mentioned in the shout, this was from his tawadhu. When he entered upon those two young boys, he gave them the salams first. And he didn't come in and say, and look at him and say, I'm your elder. Where is it? Why you didn't salam? You find some old elders doing this out of ignorance. Prophet he entered the room and gave them the salams, the youth. And he's the messenger of Allah, and he's the elder. He's the most beloved to us out of all the creation. But he, alhamdulillah, from his humbleness, salam alaikum. There's no problem entering upon a room full of youth and giving them salams first. There's nothing wrong with that. Even if you're older than them, there's nothing wrong. We see this from the humbleness of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. Having mercy upon the young, right? And then he says, Fal-Kabir. So the elder he mentions are given respect and dignity. The Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, he said, verily from glorifying Allah is to honor the gray-headed Muslim. He said, the youth is dealt with mercifully, and whoever does not show mercy will not be shown mercy. And then he brings this hadith. It says, قبل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الحسن بن علي وعنده الأقرع بن حابس جالسا فقال الأقرع إن لي 10 من الوالد ما قبلت منهم أحد فنظر إليه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ثم قال من لا يرحم لا يرحم. The Prophet ﷺ, he kissed Al-Hasan ibn Ali, who was his what? Who was Hasan ibn Ali? Grandson. His grandson, who was a daughter of, or the son of Fatima and Ali. Na'am. So his grandson. The Prophet ﷺ, he was kissing him, right? So a man by the name of Aqra', he was sitting with him, and Aqra' said, I have 10 sons, and I have never kissed any of them. The Prophet ﷺ, he looked at him and said, what? Whoever does not show mercy will not be shown mercy. Whoever does not show mercy will not be shown mercy. There's no problem, ikhwan. Kissing your grandchildren or your children now. This is mercy. And then he mentions the hadith where a Bedouin came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, you kiss the boys? We don't kiss them. The Messenger ﷺ said, I cannot put mercy in your heart after Allah has taken it away from it. Allah Akbar. This is in Al-Bukhari. He says, the Prophet ﷺ, فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أو أملك لك أن نزع الله من قلبك رحمة. I cannot put mercy in your heart after Allah has taken away from it. Allah Akbar. Kalam Jameel. Prophet ﷺ's words was like that, right? Short, but he was like, I need you to kill him. Short, but they had a pack for meaning, right? Look at this meaning. Alone could be a chapter here to go, or made into a book. That's the statement of Prophet ﷺ. I cannot put mercy in your heart after Allah has taken away from it. That can be a khutbah in itself, a class in itself. Just that one statement. And we'll end with that, inshallah ta'ala. And next class we'll touch on welcoming the newborn. From the Islamic etiquette is welcoming the newborn, praying for blessing of the married couple, those who are married. How many brothers are married? Just one? Just one? Oh, yeah, come on now. Alhamdulillah. The dua for the married couple, huh? Nah, it's from the Islamic etiquette stuff. Yeah, to make dua for the married couple. Alhamdulillah. May Allah bless us with richest wives and bless us with this dua again, inshallah. Somebody make dua for us again. Inshallah, now. Inshallah. Ameen, ameen, ya Rabb. Ameen, ya Rabb. Ameen. Yeah, man, you need a dua. طيب المدرس هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه آخر الدعوة الحمد لله رب العالمين. We'll pick back up on 299 then. Welcoming a newborn. Nah. Praying for blessing for married couple. Giving condolences at the time of calamity. And the Islamic etiquette as it relates to dressing, removing clothes and putting on shoes. Alhamdulillah. Sheikh Ibn Baz, mashallah, touched on, mashallah, a lot of stuff in his book. Rahimahullah ta'ala, rahmatullah. He was a blind sheikh. If you didn't know, Sheikh Ibn Baz was blind. But he became blind, I believe in his 20s or something like that. Maybe 19 or 20 or 21 around that time. Sheikh Ibn Baz.
Quite a few sheikhs blind, right?
Yeah. Sheikh Abdul Aziz Ali Sheikh, the former mufti before him. You had 3 muftis that were blind. Yeah. Back to back, right?
Back to back to back.
Yeah. Muhammad bin Ibrahim, Sheikh Ibn Baz, Sheikh Ali Sheikh Ibrahim. Sheikh Fawzan is the former Mufti, but he's not blind.
You said Sheikh Fawzan is the.
He's a former Mufti. He's a Mufti now. No, I mean he's a present Mufti of Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Hafidullah Ta'ala.
But the ones before him
was blind. Yeah. Sheikh Muhammad Ibrahim, he's the Sheikh Ibn Baz. Sheikh Muhammad bin Ibrahim. Yeah. Muhammad bin Ibrahim. We have a masjid named after him in the Jamia. So you have Masjid Muhammad bin Ibrahim. You have Masjid Ibn Baz, which is a little bit further down. It's two masjids on campus.
Okay.
Sheikh Muhammad bin Ibrahim masjid, they call Masjid Jadid. That's the new masjid. And Sheikh Ibn Baz masjid is, I don't know how long it was before I got there. It might have been around when Sheikh Anwar was there. It's called Masjid bin Baz. That's where they have the Jumu'ah at. No, they have Jumu'ah at both masjids now, though.
Outside the campus?
They both on campus. One is a little further down, one is like in the middle. You can catch it, yeah. Whatever side you want on campus, you go to Masjid bin Baz or Masjid bin. I was right across from Masjid bin Ibrahim in building 17, alhamdulillah. Masjid Muhammad bin Ibrahim. Hey, well, nah, what's his name? Masjid Muhammad bin Ibrahim.
And who was the one before? And who was the other one?
Sheikh Abdul Aziz Ali Sheikh. Sheikh Abdul Aziz. Yeah. Alhamdulillah, nah. Hey,